My name is Arif Irfanullah and I teach finance at the university level in Karachi, Pakistan. I believe that the CFA Institute has done a brilliant job of compiling the most relevant undergraduate level finance content. The lectures that you will find here on my website simply follow the CFA Level 1 curriculum. And I believe that once you study this material, your knowledge will be at par with finance majors from the best universities in the world. So now let's just take a quick look at the topics which will be covered. The first topic is ethics, and the material here is very CFA centric, and specifically it is focused on the investment community. The idea being that if you are a professional in the investment management or asset management world, then what are the code of ethics and professional standards that you should follow? Now, CFA candidates need to know this information. If you are not a CFA candidate, I still believe that the guidelines that you can get by reading and understanding these standards are very, very useful. Next, we have quantitative methods. And very broadly speaking, I would divide the quantitative methods curriculum or topic in two parts. Part 1 covers areas such as time value of money and concepts such as internal rate of return, net present value, etc. So this actually is the core content that is used in other topics such as corporate finance, equity, fixed income, etc. So that's one part of the quantitative methods curriculum. Another part is basically stats. So here we understand the concept of probabilities, the concept of various kinds of distribution such as the normal distribution and so on. And then we get into items such as hypothesis testing, which are an application of the basic statistical material that you have used. So essentially this provides the quantitative or mathematical foundation for a good finance education. Next, we cover economics, and this essentially is basic college level economics. So you cover microeconomics as well as macroeconomics. In microeconomics you study concepts of supply, demand, elasticity, how a firm operates and so on. In macroeconomics you cover concepts such as aggregate supply, aggregate demand, monetary policy, fiscal policy, etc., etc. So the core concepts that you would study in basic economics courses in college is covered here. Next, we get into financial reporting and analysis. So as a financial analyst, you need to be able to study financial reports, i.e. the income statement, the balance sheet, the cash flow statement, and you need to be able to assess the quality of a company either from an equity perspective or a fixed income perspective by analyzing the financial reports. So those basic skills are developed here. Next, corporate finance. So here you study financial management or corporate finance. So we cover concepts such as corporate governance. We get into ideas such as weighted average, cost of capital, and so on. Essentially, this is material that you might see in a introductory level financial management course in college. Then we get into the basics of portfolio management. So the fundamental idea here is that if you have multiple investments, how do you put them together and view them from a portfolio perspective? This material is relatively limited at level 1, covering only the essential concepts, and portfolio management then becomes much more important in level 2 and level 3 of the CFA. But here at level 1 you get the fundamentals. Next, we talk about equity. Broadly speaking, this is divided in two parts. First part, you just get an overview of various equity markets, and then in the second part we do a little bit of basic valuation of equities. Similarly, with fixed income securities, we get an overview of the wide range of fixed income securities and then get into some valuation. Derivatives in level 1 is very basic, so you learn about the basic kinds of derivative instruments such as forwards, futures, options and swaps, and you get a basic sense for how these different derivative instruments can be used. We do not get into the valuation of derivatives at level 1, that is covered in level 2. And finally, we talk about alternative investments, which essentially means investments such as real estate, commodities and so on. Traditionally, we say that equity and fixed income are essentially regular investments, so everything else then is broadly just put under this umbrella of alternative investments. At level 1, this is only about 3% of your exam. So this should give you an overview, and what you will find on my website is a whole series of lectures that span these 10 topics. And in case you are not seeing this presentation of my website, you can visit www.arifirfanullah.com and there go to the 2011 video lectures. You will find all these lectures available for free. 2012 lectures are available but on a subscription basis. If you see the 2011 lectures, you will get a very good sense of the entire material, however. So that is it. I hope you learn a lot.